You are about to walk into the most important moment of your life and your hands are shaking. Not because you are unprepared, not because you don't know what you're doing, but because something deep inside you has decided that this moment is too big, too real, too dangerous to survive without panic. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why that happens. And more importantly, you will have a precise method to reclaim control. But first, you need to understand what anxiety is actually protecting you from. Most people think anxiety is the enemy. They fight it, suppress it, apologize for it, hide it in bathroom stalls before presentations and important meetings. But anxiety isn't attacking you. It is trying to save you from something you haven't consciously identified yet. The distinction changes everything. The moment you stop treating your nervous system like a malfunction and start treating it like information, the entire dynamic shifts. Here's what nobody tells you. The people who seem completely calm before high-stakes moments are not feeling less. They are feeling just as much. They have simply learned to redirect that energy. And that redirection is a learnable skill, not a personality trait you either have or you don't. Think about the last time you had a major event approaching, a job interview, a public speech, a difficult conversation, a performance. Remember how the anxiety didn't arrive the day of the event. It arrived days before. It kept you awake at 2 a.m., running simulations of every possible thing that could go wrong. It made your stomach tight during breakfast. It hijacked your focus during ordinary moments when you were supposed to be doing something else entirely. That is not weakness. That is your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. And understanding the design is where your power begins. The core emotional engine beneath performance anxiety is not fear of failure. It goes deeper than that. It is the fear of being seen as inadequate, of being exposed, of standing in front of other people or in front of one critical person and having them confirm the quiet doubt you carry about yourself. That is the real wound. And until you address that wound directly, every breathing technique and every motivational phrase will only scratch the surface of what is actually happening inside you. Your nervous system cannot distinguish between a lion chasing you and a room full of people waiting for you to speak. To your body, both scenarios trigger the same ancient alarm. Your heart accelerates, your palms sweat, your thoughts scatter. This is the fight or flight response, a mechanism built for survival in a world of physical danger. Now, misfiring in a world of social pressure. The question is not how to turn it off. The question is how to use it. Here's where most advice fails you. Most strategies focus on calming down. Breathe slowly, think positive thoughts, imagine the audience in their underwear. These techniques assume that the goal is to eliminate the psychological response. But research in performance psychology consistently shows that trying to calm down before a high-stakes event often backfires because it creates a second layer of anxiety about the anxiety itself. You become nervous about being nervous, and that loop compounds the problem rather than resolving it. The shift that actually works is called reappraisal. Instead of telling your body to calm down, you to tell your mind a different story about what the body is doing. The racing heart is not panic, it is preparation. The heightened alertness is not danger, it is focus. The energy coursing through your system is not something to suppress, it is fuel. This isn't positive thinking, it is accurate thinking, because psychologically excitement and anxiety are nearly identical states. The only difference is the narrative you attach to them. But reappraisal alone isn't enough when the anxiety is deeply rooted in something personal. When the event carries the weight of your identity, your worth, your sense of belonging, in those moments you need something more grounded. You need to separate your performance from your personhood. This is harder than it sounds because we live in a culture that rewards results and quietly equates achievement with value. And doing that equation requires deliberate practice, not just a mindset shift in the parking lot 5 minutes before you walk in. There is a technique used by elite athletes, surgeons, and professional performers that almost nobody outside those worlds talks about openly. It involves ensuring before a high-pressure moment you deliberately recall a memory. a specific, vivid, embodied memory of a time when you perform well under pressure, not a fantasy, a real moment. You hold that memory in your body, not just your mind. You feel the posture you had, the breath, the confidence. You are essentially borrowing your past self's nervous system and importing it into the present moment. This works because memory and imagination activate the same natural pathways. Your brain at the biochemical level doesn't fully distinguish between remembering and experiencing. Now, combine that with one more element, and this is the piece that closes the loop on everything we've been building toward. The reason anxiety before an important event feels so consuming is that all of your attention is directed inward. You are monitoring yourself, evaluating yourself, rehearsing how you will be perceived. The single most powerful redirection you can make is to shift your attention outward, toward the people in the room, toward the purpose of what you are doing, towards something larger than your own performance. When your focus moves from how am I doing to what does this person need from me right now, anxiety loses most of its grip. Not because the stakes disappear, but because you are no longer the center of the story. The event is, the other people are, the purpose is. This is the answer to the question we opened with. You walked in shaking. Not because something was wrong with you, but because something mattered deeply to you. And everything that mattered enough to make you shake was worth showing up for. The shaking was never the problem. The story you told about the shaking was. Control anxiety before a big event by understanding what it is protecting, redirecting your physiology through reprehension, and touring in real past strength, and shifting your attention from self-monitoring to purpose. That is a complete system, not a trick, not a shortcut, a genuine recalibration of how you relate to pressure and to yourself.